Hello you unburst blisters on a rhino's ass, this is CougarBite and this bringing you Club Life, an animated story. Nice little bit of easy thing to do, and I find generally the Squirty play is going to tell people mostly what they want to know about this video, but let's give you a quick 1 minute, 2 minute session for those who just don't want to watch the whole Squirty play. So it's a social story based around a school where you are a very awkward teenager who's separated himself from society because he asked a girlfriend out that he really, well, a girl out that he really liked, and she said no, 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 but he got bullied and bullied and bullied and bullied and bullied and bullied about it. And what's the mystery behind that? The reason why I have quite enjoyed this one is there does seem to be quite a nice lot of choice available, and the branches do appear to be taking me into different sections as well. On top of that, you can almost pick who you're lusting after in a certain way, and even if you aren't interested in the love story of this, the mysteries that are laying in the background that they're also helping you out with is another thing to help the story go on. I'm not going to give much more than that because I did quite enjoy the story on this one. The only thing I didn't enjoy is someone separating themselves from society for that much just because some girl said no to them, essentially, is what he's done it for. So that's the story, sort of, from my opinion. I did very enjoyed that, and the summaries on the other things, the graphics are very nice and very passable. The girls look quite different. I do feel that maybe he could have mixed it up slightly. For example, there's a Halloween section, and on the playthrough I played through there was only one person really wearing a Halloween costume, and I felt that maybe you could have just mixed it up with a few varied costumes in that way and maybe got the few more graphics across to us of the characters. And it could have even portrayed more of these characters' personalities in it. I mean, the girl I saw was wearing a nurse's uniform, which I'm not quite sure how that's Halloween-y, but she looked good. She looked damn good in it, so that's all good. So the time events, when you get to pick decisions, there's not a time base there, so you can think through your decisions, which is a format I much more prefer, of course, to the other format of doing it with the timed ones, because I can see where the timed events are coming from, where they sort of push your decisions and it's more your natural decisions, so it's your playthrough. I like the timed things because I like to think about what I'm doing and how that's going to try and affect the game and where I'm playing with the game. I went after one girl immensely and tried to solve my mysteries, and that's my playthrough, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the Squirty. And I'll see you all after Saturday. There's not been many videos because I'm having a tooth pulled, and today's my day off pain meds, so I thought I'd bring you something a bit simpler and less strainful for me to do, rather than a full dissection of my more normal games. But gonna love you, gonna leave you, and enjoy the voices. Sean at last, senior year. In 2 semesters, I'll be free of this place forever. Graduation can't come soon enough. Good morning, Sean. Hello. Miss Raven Navarro is both our upper-level math teacher and the homeroom teacher for my class. She takes roll and then fills the board with notes for her first class while the morning's announcements are read over the intercom. All around me, my classmates chatter to friends they haven't seen in the last year. Another year of this? Great. Now remember, this is our final year at Westmore High. You might not like all of your classes, and you might not always get along with your classmates, but in June it will all end. Make the most of the final year together. Now you have a great idea if I don't see you later. Now you have a great day if I don't see you later. Too bad, all of my teachers aren't nice like Miss Navarra. I gather up my books and head for the door. First up, chemistry. Sean, may I speak to you for a minute? It won't take long. I'll write a note if you're late for your next class. Even with a note, being late on the first day is pretty bad. What is it? The yearly activities fair is today at 1. After your lunch period. Yeah, I know. What? Wait, is that during your class? I thought I had English after lunch. No, it's during my class. I brought it up because I want you to make a special effort to visit some of the stalls. Why? You really rarely interact with your fellow students outside of group activities. Is that really any of your business? This year I want you to join at least 2 clubs. What? Do I have to? I mean, there's no club requirement to graduate, is there? No, but I worry about the amount of time you spend alone. Everyone needs friends, Sean. Not everyone. More importantly, you asked me to write recommendation letters for you. I looked into each place, and all of them want to know about your interpersonal and social activities, as well as your academic record. That's not fair. Fair or not, it's what they want. Whether or not you join the clubs this year, I'll write an honest letter. I'm giving you a chance to make that letter the best it can be. Oh, no, This is really not fair. I don't get it. Not everyone likes to be around other people. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe I don't want her to write those letters at all. Before you decide, let me ask you one thing. Are you happy? It's a simple question. You're right, some people just aren't social. They're happy as loners, working by themselves. Then there are people who isolate themselves for other reasons. So I'll ask again, are you happy? But talking to people won't make me happy. It'll just make things worse. 2 clubs, Sean. Think about it. I think about Mrs. Never's words during my morning class, and as I eat lunch by myself in a corner of the cafeteria. I think about Never's words during... When 1 o'clock comes, I head towards the corridor where the club stalls are set up. It's loud. Okay, I know which clubs I'm not joining, the ones with all the screaming idiots around their stalls. As I wander between displays, I look for the ones that seem the least chaotic. There's a club for running the school newspaper. I didn't even know we had a school newspaper. There's no one at the stand either, just a list to sign up at. Maybe as members don't have to do a whole lot. It's good to see you here. Oh yeah, I decided to come look. I really don't know what clubs to join though. Have you considered the tennis club? Some of its key members graduated last year, so they're eager to recruit new people. I could do that. I used to play tennis as a kid. I bet I could get back into it. And it's apparently a choice she'll approve of. You said 2 clubs, right? I'll look around a little more. Alright, but it's almost time to make a decision. It's easier to browse as the crowd begins to thin out. Many people came knowing what clubs they wanted to sign up for. Oh, hello. Hello. This is usually the point where they tell me why their club is the best. Oh, here. She handed me a pamphlet. Swim team, huh? Yeah, lots of fun and competition. That might not be so bad. And that girl seemed nice enough. It's almost over. Have you had any luck? I guess I've narrowed my choices down to the school newspaper, tennis club, or swimming club. Good choices. Remember, you have to pick 2. The girl from the swim team was friendly, so I know I wouldn't be surrounded by people who hate me. I know how to play tennis, so I'll have an advantage there. The newspaper is a complete mystery, and I still don't see anything but a sign-up list. So, will you join the tennis club? No. 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 Your recommendation was stupid. I'm going to sign up for the newspaper club and the swimming club. I hope you enjoy them. I think you'll find you aren't the loner you pretend to be. Sure, if you say so. I'm too cool. I go home wondering what it would be like to be in a club. I learned soon enough if I made the right choices, I'd have one more day before my first club meeting. The swimming club meets every Wednesday at 4, although they encourage you to show up early. I wonder what Mum and Dad will say when I tell them I've joined 2 clubs. They'll probably be just as enthusiastic about the idea as Miss Navarra was. Wish I was that confident. Oh well, dinner won't be for a few hours yet. Who are you saying that to? What should I do until then? Let's watch some TV. It's only the first day, so I can afford to wait on my homework. Besides, I love hearing all the theories about alien life. Well, you might want the internet then, mate. There's a lot more of that than there is on TV. Time passed quicker than I expected. For better or for worse, my newfound club life is about to begin. Our school is really lucky to have a heated pool. Near the end of the year, all the other high school swim teams come here to compete. I arrived early like the pamphlet suggested, so I don't have much to do except wait by the side of the pool. As it gets closer to 4 a.m., a few more students come from the locker rooms. It looks like we have an even mix of genders. I wonder if that affects the way matches with other schools are set up. While I think back to the swim meets I never paid much attention to before, snickers break out behind me. No, give it back! The girl I met at the activities fair reaches for a book held in the air by a larger student. Just out of her reach, and the bully tosses it with another laugh. The book arcs through the air and lands in the water. No! That was pretty mean. This is none of my business. The girl runs to the pool and jumps in. Water splashes everywhere and I step back to avoid getting wet. Kennedy. She surfaces with the book in hand after a moment and climbs out. It's all wet! So the bell rings, it's 4 o'clock. Right on time, the swimming coach runs in. I don't know how our school got him either. He won actual big name competitions, nothing Olympic level, but still. Coach doesn't waste any time on niceties. After just a couple of words welcoming us, he orders us to split into groups. Great, my favorite thing. Time for my usual strategy, waiting to see who else doesn't have a group. Does anyone need someone in their group? Anyone? They don't have a group yet. For once, I can already tell who the other outsider is. Well, why not, you know? She's shown us enough already, you might as well give us something back in return. Hey, can I be in your group? What? You want to? I mean, sure, that's fine. We talked at the activities fair, didn't we? My name is Janet. Sean. You just joined, right? Most meetings we practice in small groups like this. Other times we'll form larger teams to practice for a swim meet. It's swimming, it's not actually a group activity. I guess relay is, but you still just go with it. Go with it. So what do we do? That's up to us. Kennedy. It's just practice. Okay. Right. Does she want me to decide? I've never done competitive swimming before, just a few swimming lessons as a kid. You can just swim for fun if you want to? Coach doesn't force everyone to compete? Really? How do you feel about swimming? Damn it, what's the voice there? I love what you love because I love your tits. I've never done this before, but there's always a first time. I want to test myself against other swimmers and see if I can hold my own. If I have to be in this club, I might as well get something out of it. It's not like I joined for fun. Then you've come to the right place. Don't worry though. If you decide competition isn't for you after all, you can back out later. Alright. We should start with something basic. She puts her soaked book down and near the towels and jumps into the water. Oh wait, that's... I follow her. The pool isn't divided into lanes like it will be for the swim meet, but each group has found an area for itself. Some race, others try out Pacific slopes, and the largest group is playing with an inflatable ball.
Freestyle?
What?
You know, the stroke, forward crow, front stroke, freestyle. It's something simple to start with.
You just want to swim back and forth a few times?
Actually, I was hoping we could race to the other end. Will you race?
Yeah. Never let anyone win. Sure, let's race. We line up at the edge of the pool.
3, 2, 1, go!
I plunge forward into the water. The movements from my old swimming lessons return to me as I put one arm forward and then the other. It feels a little choppy at first, but then I improve. Janet is a blur of motion beside me. Faster. I can win this race. I push forward as hard as I can. Just as the pool wall comes into view, I inch ahead of Janet. My fingers brush the wall a second before hers.
Congratulations and celebration.
You almost had me.
That was a good race. Plus now I know I need to improve.
Me too. Before long, the coach announces that the meeting is over.
Thank you for swimming with me.
Sure, no problem. Her face falls when she picks up her ruined book. The cover is stained and the ink on the pages has run together. Should I say something?
Oh, that's all right. It's not your fault. Maybe I can still save.
Well, it sort of is our fault. We sort of just stood by and let it happen. But then again, I guess whether you class that as our fault or not, eh? Good luck.
Thanks. See you next week. Bye.
Bye. That was interesting. Janet is nice enough to talk to. I wonder if I'll swim with her again. At least I know one of the clubs won't be too bad. Thursday, time for newspaper club. My first club meeting went well, so I hope this one will too. The sign-up sheet said to meet in room 117 at 3:30. Room 117, I don't think I've ever had a class in there. Room 114, 115, 116, 118, 119. Wait, at the end of the wall is room 116. Room 118 is on the wall across from it. There's nothing in between. Huh? Hey, excuse me, do you know where I can find room 117? Anyone?
Oh,
hello, darling.
Are you lost?
Oh, it's you.
Hi again.
Do you know where room 117 is?
There is no room 117.
But that's impossible. I have a meeting there in a few minutes. Besides, who would build a school with rooms 116 and 118 but leave out 117?
I don't know, but I do know that we don't have a room 117.
Oh, well, thanks. She walks away. I stare at the empty wall between the two rooms. I just don't get it. Was it a mistake on the sign-up sheet? What am I going to do now? Oh, secret door. Secret door. Seems silly, but you never know. I approach the wall where room 117 should logically be and tap it. I feel like I'm in a spy movie. Jesus. Ah! Okay, so we've done slightly older lady, we've done really pitched lady. Oh, I'm glad that my throat isn't hurting. There's a lie. Okay, so what's Kylie?
Excellent shot.
What?
Yes, this will be the perfect for our first feature. Meet the newspaper staff.
Who are you?
My name is Kylie.
Oh, I'm
Sean, from the grade above mine.
You know me?
Do you think you could infiltrate the club without being investigated?
Infiltrate the... Oh, you're in the newspaper club.
Anyone who wishes to join the forces of journalism must be investigated and tested.
This girl seems a little strange. Let's get straight to the point. Seems like my character's way. Your background checked out just fine. However, your investigative skills could use a little work. At least you kept trying even after that girl told you room 117 didn't exist. Before accepting you into the club, I wanted to see what you would do when faced with mystery. Behold the first mystery of Westmore High. Why is there no room 117? You mean you did that on purpose? It was a test. She opens the door to room 116. Come on. What have I gotten myself into? Welcome to a new year of the newspaper club. Let's begin. Shouldn't we wait for the rest of the club to arrive? Let me introduce you to the rest of the club. She bows. Hi. What? You mean we're the only members of the newspaper club? You ask a lot of questions. That's a great trait for a reporter to have. Yes, the Westmere High Terms currently has a staff of 2. Is that a problem? Nope, just fine, just me and you. I was just surprised, that's all. I didn't want to join a club. Why would I complain that I only have to deal with one other person? Good to hear it. It's hard to run a newspaper without a writer. Now, unless you'll plan to run out on me, then I hereby call the first meeting of the newspaper club to order. Let's get down to business. Oops. Good to hear it. It's hard to run a newspaper without a writer. Now, unless you plan to run out on me, then I hereby call the first meeting of the newspaper club to order. Let's get down to business. Our first goal is to re-establish the newspaper. I didn't realize God, stop hitting the air, Will. I didn't realize our school had a newspaper until I saw your stand at the activities fair. Exactly. We effectively didn't have a newspaper until now because I didn't have a writer. A newspaper with nothing but photographs doesn't really cut it, you know. So I'm going to be the writer for the school newspaper? I should tell her the truth. I don't tell the truth. Look at her. Lie, lie, and lie again. As long as I can handle the pictures, I'll be fine. Writing is one of my strongest subjects. Fantastic! We don't want to be one of those schools' newspapers riddled with grammatical errors, you know. Yeah, that would be embarrassing. We'll start with something simple. Our first issue should announce the re-establishment of the newspaper itself and include our buyers. Alright. The hours passed quickly as I scribbled down notes from the article under Kylie's guidance. By the time 4:30 arrives, we have a draft of the announcement and a short biograph from me. I hope she's not going to give me homework, so we'll finish this at our next meeting then. Yeah, that sounds good. We can have my bio, polish the draft, and get it printed and distributed. Oh, and if you ever need me, just light a signal flare. What? See you next week. See ya. Maybe I heard her wrong. I'm worn out. I didn't feel this tired after my other club, and that's one's a spot. It must be Kylie. Talking to her is exhausting. This could be a very long school year. Alright, I think that's enough of a Let's Play to end the video. For anyone who wants to see how the game is laid out, the decision system graphs and stuff for themselves. So, gonna leave it there and enjoy the world.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.